Hello, welcome. So here we are, I've got my phone and I've found something interesting to video with my phone, and after I've videoed it with my phone, I want to be able to upload it onto YouTube, onto my channel. But unfortunately, as of previously from the other day, it's only ever been able to upload from my phone, from where I'm standing, right, or any location you're at 240p, right? Which, to be honest with you, is no good to anybody, because the quality is piss poor. But there is a solution, and it's been there all along. It's just that I don't know if anybody ever realised it was there. But if you have realised that it's there and you have used it, then brilliant. Why on earth didn't you share it with people? Because at the end of the day, knowledge is brilliant, but the ability to share knowledge makes you awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to upload in HD from your mobile device. Well, this is an iPhone, so I'm not sure about Android, but I imagine it's still the same principle, so whatever. But I'll show you from the iPhone, and I'll also show you the pros and cons of it. Yes, it's available. Yes, you can do it, but there are some pretty significant drawbacks as well, unfortunately. But hey, video person's discretion. You can choose and do as you please, I suppose. So we'll get into that later. Right now, I'm going to go off and do some videoing. All right. And I will be back later. Oh dear. Right. So, say that you're out and about and you're nowhere near a Wi-Fi signal, which is, when you're out and about, you tend to be nowhere near a Wi-Fi signal. So what you want to do is you're doing your little vlog with your phone, right? You've got your little mobile device there, and you're having a laugh, you're talking to your mates if they're around with you and having a good giggle, or you're doing some sceneries and you're looking around and showing the wilderness, if you like, something nice, or something happens that you want to show people, but you want to show them in quality, and from your mobile device, from where you are, which is nowhere near a Wi-Fi area, you want to upload it in HD. This phone at the moment is recording at 720 at 30 frames, right? Which is not a bother, it's perfectly fine, right? But what I'll do is I'm going to change it from that to 1080p to 60 frames. Just bear with me. Now we are recording at 1080p, it's 60 frames, right? I can even go up to 4K, but there's not really any point with 4K at the moment, because if you're not viewing it on a 4K TV, it won't really make any difference. But most people have got a HD anyway, so. And you want to show people, the lovely scenery that you found, or something interesting. It doesn't matter what it is, but you're using your mobile phone. And of course, the mobile phones these days, if you use your mobile phone correctly, I could touch on that, to record with your mobile device, it's always better to have it in landscape, which is what I've got now, not portrait, where the phone is upright, because you lose a lot of footage, a lot of information, believe it or not, that's all around. You get a better widescreen view of what you see using your phone in landscape, okay? Once you've done your little vlog, right, and you're out there, you want to upload it to your channel. The only problem is using the YouTube app, you tend to end up with the standard definition 240p. When you think, well, I've just recorded it in 1080p at 60 frames, for crying out loud. I want that detail on my channel. Unless you are by a Wi-Fi, you can't do it, it won't allow you. So we're going to show you. All right, I'm just going to go off and have a bit of a thing. I've got to do it. Oh dear. You know what I mean? I've got to do it. Hang on. Well, the thing is, you see, right, doing video blogs, or vlogs as they call it, is that right? No, not video blog, it's video log, so vlog. I'll get the terminology right one of these days. It's always been a bit of an issue for me because I do a lot of little videos in the morning when I do my normal channel, which is my driving one. And of course, when I'm in the cab of my truck and I do my little chat away, I'm limited to 15 minutes. Any more than 15 minutes, then the video won't upload. The normal way, if that's a thing I can say how to use the YouTube app. So here's me now, I'm sitting here scoffing this, and I could be talking about all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff while I'm scoffing and making a mess everywhere, right? And hopefully giving you lot something to laugh at. Oh. No! What the fuck? Told ya. All over me bloody jeans. All down me top. Frigging everywhere. Good grief. It's a good job I've got a few of these, isn't it? Right. But as a lot of people have asked many times on Google how to upload in HD using the mobile phone without Wi-Fi, there's never really been any answer for it. Nobody knew. But I don't understand how it's been so elusive all these years, because that question has been asked as far back as 2011. I mean, at the end of the day, that's incredible to me, that is, to think that nobody has actually come up with a solution on how to get around this. But in reality, there is no getting around it, because it's just straightforward. You're not getting around anything, you're just doing as... It's weird, honestly. And I know I'm sort of like verbally diarrheaing here with all this crap, but it's just weird how it's turned out to be the way it is. And I'm like, but why has nobody else come across this before? So, me recording with my phone now, right, what I shall do, I mean, all this that you're watching now has obviously been done on my computer, but it's just to highlight the situation at the moment with this uploading video and what have you. So what I tend to do is, getting back to my little vlogs that I do in the morning, I do my thing. I have to keep an eye on the time to keep it within the 15-minute bracket, or else it won't upload. And the one day, I mean, several days I've done it before where I'd done 16 minutes, or I'd done 15 minutes and 30 seconds. It just won't have it, right? It has to be under the 15 minutes. And I'm like, oh man, because it was such a good video rant. It was about 17.5 minutes it was. So what I did was obviously come to the end of my little chat and send me goodbyes and what have you. Turn the recorder off, and I'm just thinking, oh, whatever. So I did something, carried on with a bit of my job, and then I'm looking, I think, but I don't want to split this up, because I could either do it in two halves, but I wanted to send it all up because it was, I just wanted it to be one long 17.5 minute video. So I clicks on the YouTube app just to look at YouTube, right? And the icon, which is on the right, top right, I think it is. There's a couple of icons, but it's over on the right side of the top end of the screen anyway, is a little camera with a plus in it. Now, I always assumed, right, that was the live stream button, so I clicked on it anyway, just for the sake of clicking on it. And three options pops up. The live stream was in the middle, but on the left was video. I'm thinking, really? Is it as simple as that? So I clicks on video, and a screen then pops up asking, do you allow your Google app to access your photos and videos? Do I, yeah, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, hits the button like, and up comes me library of all my videos and me pictures and what have you. I'm thinking, no, it can't be that simple. So then I clicks on the video that I want, selects it, and now as soon as I select it, up comes the next screen, which then asks for title, description, and all that. I'm thinking, this is making no sense to me, this end. It normally just won't do anything at all. So then I'm like filling it all in, and sure enough, it starts to upload. I'm like, what? This is bonkers. But there is a drawback, and if you hang on a sec, I'll show you. Right, okay. I apologise for the crudeness of this, but this is the only way I could illustrate my phone on the TV so you could see it. I've got no streaming or mirroring software to do it, so this is the crudest way and the best way I could do it. Right, so like I said before, when you record your video, right, using your phone, bit of junk on the floor, look for you to look at, but this is the sort of thing that you're going to use your camera, right? So stick it on video. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So will it record just for a laugh, right? Yes, you can have a look at my junk again. Yeah, look, junk on the floor, what have you. Right, will it stop? Now, let's imagine you've been waffling on and you've been doing your little, your video for, say, 20 minutes, because you've been so enthralled with it and you just lost track of time. And you go, oh crap. So what we'd normally do is we go into the upload icon, which then gives you that screen, right? And we hit next, and then you hit the Google app, which is there, okay, which gives you that, okay. Now if you look, it says standard definition 1.5 meg, that's the size of the file at standard definition, but standard definition is at 240p. I have no idea. I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, standard definition at 40p is not really standard these days. And as you can see below it, greyed out, HD requires Wi-Fi. Now I am actually connected to the Wi-Fi, okay? But here's the way, using your YouTube app, to get around that silly frigging issue there, which is annoying. So we'll come out of that. Right. Instead of using your camera where you've selected your video, or instead of trying to go through your photo albums where you've selected the video, right, to upload it. Instead of doing that, this is how you get around all that crap, right? And I'm going to tell you some settings to adjust later on, but this is how you do it. If you select YouTube app, right, you'll come up with that on your mobile device. At the top of the screen, on the right hand side, next to the search glass, is the camera with a cross on it. If you select that, at the bottom of the screen you'll have the three selections there: video, live and post. If you select video, this happens, right? If you go back, you can now select the video you've just done and it'll come up with a different thing, and this is the format you'll get. You don't really need to do anything with it, so then you select next, and now you've got all the information you need to fill it in, to upload it. Title, put a description if you need to, and then just upload. Okay, right then, now you've got all that, let's cancel that off. This is what you need to do, because doing it that way, yes, you will have HD, 1080p, even 4K it'll do, but the only thing is be aware, right? Let's go into settings, find camera. Right, mine's set at 1080p at 60 frames, but read the small print below. A minute of video will be approximately 60 megabytes with 720p HD at 30 frames, which is called space saver. I've done that on purpose, so it does alleviate space. For the next one down is 130 megabytes with 1080p HD at 30 frames, which is a default. So the size increasing. 175 meg with 1080p HD at 60 frames. Smoother, it is a lot better, I must admit, but remember, all those, including the last one, which is 350 megabytes with 4K higher resolution. Now, you're reading all that, think, oh, that's not bad. Well, wait. Go back to the top of the line. A minute of video will be approximately. So for every minute, if you're going to record in 4K, you're going to use 350 megabytes. With every minute at 1080p at 60 frames, you're going to be using 175. 130 at 1080 at 30, and 60 at 720 at 30, right? That's the problem. For me, I don't really mind so much. I don't really care less. I just pick whatever I fancy. But for ease, I've adjusted mine to the 720 at 30 because it keeps the megabytes low. I have done it at that, which is not a problem. I don't mind. But here's the thing. At 175 megabytes at 60 frames, I think it turned out to just under 3 gig at 17 minutes. That's 3 gig of upload for 17 minutes. For the 720 at 30 frames, I think that was down to about just over 1 gig for 17 minutes, I think it was, or something like that. The reason why I'm picking 17 minutes is because it's over the 15-minute mark. So you have to be aware of your data plan, because this will annihilate your data plan. Without a doubt, it will just evaporate it. Because if you've only got, like, say, a couple of gig, you're not really going to be able to use any of the ones 130, 175, and definitely not the 350. You might get away with 1 or 2 videos with a 60 meg, but that's about as much as it'll be. If you've got a 10 gig one, you'll get away with a few more. But yes, it is doable, but it certainly does nail, and I'm on about it, will nail your data without a doubt. So I would suggest that you pick the lowest one. 720p is darn sight better than 240p, without a doubt. And at 30 frames, it's enough. YouTube will flow all that and it'll be clear enough. It won't be fuzzy. It certainly isn't going to be as good as 1080p 60 frames, but hey, whatever. So that's what I tend to do now. And I'll use the 720 HD at 30 frames. And once you've got your camera set up, here's the next thing you've got to do. Oh, I love this. This is cool. Right, if we go back to the top and we want to select, no, wrong one, where's it gone? Display and, that's right, display and brightness. So what we want to do, because here's the kicker as well, if your phone is set at either 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, so on and so forth, as soon as the screen goes off, it will then stop the upload. So before you do anything of any kind of recording, into your settings, pick display and brightness, and then select never. Right. Once you select never, you can go back into your display, go back down to your camera, wherever that's gone, select that, make sure that you've got your camera set at what you want, bearing in mind obviously your data plan, because it will, I can't emphasize it enough, it will completely wipe your data out if you've only got a small amount. Once you've done that, back, and then you can select your camera and you can do some videoing. And then once you've videoed, so we'll do another little one of those weird. Once you've done that, press stop, select your YouTube app, and then select the camera at the top of the screen, select video, and the screen will pop up. And you just pick whatever one you want to use, hit next, fill the details in, and then upload, and away you go. Any length of time, 4K, 1080p, 720, using the mobile data without having to be plugged into Wi-Fi. Happy days.